The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 Try-Under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. Right now, these 7 players look unstoppable. Goals flying in, assists stacking up, TikTok comps going crazy. But the numbers are low-key, screaming regression. Overperforming XG, ankle problems, coach drama, messy dressing rooms. After New Year, somebody's form is crashing hard. The question is, who drops first for real? At number 7, Harry Kane has been on a hot streak. Some might even say he's the current Ballon d'Or contender. In the Bundesliga, he's putting up pure cheat code numbers. 14 goals and 3 assists in just 12 league games, 17 goal involvements total, including a hat-trick earlier in the season. Every Bayern attack looks like it ends with Kane either finishing the move or playing the final pass. On vibes alone, he looks completely unstoppable. But underneath those numbers, the data is already side-eyeing us. Kane's sitting on 11.53 XG and only 8.73 non-penalty XG, with 4 penalties boosting the total. That means he's several goals ahead of what the quality of his chances predicts, scoring roughly once every 69 minutes. Even for a finisher as elite as Kane, that kind of overperformance almost never holds for an entire season. And the recent games hinted a possible slowdown. This is the all-time top scorer in the North London derby, a guy who spent years tormenting Arsenal in a Spurs shirt. Yet in his first Bayern-Arsenal clash, he finished with 0 shots on target. Follow that with a flat 6.1 sofa score rating against St. Pauli, and he suddenly looks a bit more human than the headline stats suggest. Kane will still end the season with big numbers, no question, but that mix of XG overperformance, tougher opponents figuring Bayern out, and his first quiet nights creeping in is exactly why he's on this list of players who might cool off after the new year. Coming in at number 6, we've got Mohammed Kudus, the guy turning Spurs chaos into TikTok assist compilations. Right now, his numbers look wild. In the league, he's sitting on 5 assists in just 11 games, and every time Spurs break, it feels like he's the one threading the killer ball. On the surface, that screams new creative king, the kind of player you'd expect to keep feeding the rest all season long, but the underlying data is way more skeptical. Kudus is only putting up about 0.31 expected assists per 90, which means his teammates are finishing his passes at an abnormal rate. A lot of those assists are coming from low percentage situations, half chances, crowded boxes, cutbacks that usually get blocked or shanked, and right now they're all turning into goals. Then add the Spurs factor. The team is still swingy. Big wins one week, meltdowns the next, tactical tweaks every time form dips. If the attack cools off or he's asked to play deeper or wider to patch holes, his raw assist numbers can fall off a cliff even if he's still playing well. So yeah, Kudus is balling, but the gap between his assist and his XA is exactly why he's a prime candidate to come back down to earth after the new year. But this next guy isn't just overperforming XG, he's dragging a full-blown scandal and a title charge along with him. Coming in at number 5, it's Mason Greenwood, the former Manchester United wonderkid who somehow turned into League One's headline act. For Marseille this season, he's on 10 league goals and 3 assists in 13 games, 13 goal involvements and top of the scoring charts. He's already had multi-goal games, big game moments in Europe, and Marseille basically run every counter through him. On pure output, it looks like United let a superstar walk, but there's a lot of context here. This hot streak has "might cool off" written on it. Across those 13 League One games, he's got 10 goals from only 7.1 XG plus 4 penalties in that total. So he's clearly outperforming his expected goals, with spot kicks boosting the headline line. As the season wears on, penalty volume usually drops, finishing luck evens out, and the physical load of a title race plus Champions League starts to bite. So Greenwood can absolutely finish with big numbers again. But this early run, current League One top scorer, everything falling his way, is exactly the kind of form that tends to soften after the new year. Number 4, we've got Igor Thiago, Brentford's Ivan Toney 2.0 reboot. In the Premier League this season, he's already on 11 goals, with basically all of Brentford's attack funneling through him. He's bullying centre-backs, winning duels, and looking like one of the most efficient finishers in the league. For a guy who was a total unknown to most fans a year ago, that's a crazy rise. But the underlying numbers are where it gets interesting. Thiago has those 11 goals from only 9.4 expected goals, and his non-penalty XG is much lower at 5.2 because a big chunk of his output comes from the spot. He's also converting at a ridiculous clip, scoring roughly once every 3 shots and sitting near the top of the league for XG over the last 5 games. That's textbook hot streak territory. Then add context. Brentford don't create City-level volume. They're a mid-table side relying heavily on him to finish the few big chances they do make. If penalty calls dry up or his finishing cools even slightly, there isn't a huge chance factory behind him to keep the numbers inflated. So Thiago might still finish the season with a great tally, but this early run, high conversion, heavy on penalties, XG slightly behind the goals, is exactly the kind of form that usually dips after New Year. If you're still here breaking down XG with us, you're officially part of the Nerd Club. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe to Goal 90, and let's push this video out to more football addicts. Let's continue. Cracking the bronze spot at number 3, we've got Eberechi Eze, Arsenal's new highlight reel magnet. So far, the numbers actually love him. In the league, he's on 4 goals and 2 assists with about 4.93 XG and 1.91 XA. That means he's not some lucky merchant, he's basically in line with what the chances predict, maybe even slightly under on the finishing side. On pure underlying data, Eze looks like a guy who could explode if he keeps getting touches in dangerous areas. But that's the catch. Can he keep getting them? A lot of this came while Odegaard and Havertz were still working back towards full sharpness, which gave Eze more freedom as the main 10 or left side creator. As Arsenal get fully healthy, that exact zone of the pitch becomes stacked. Odegaard as captain and default playmaker, Havertz trusted in big games, Martinelli and Trossard fighting for wide minutes. If Eze's role shifts even a bit, fewer central touches, fewer set pieces, more rotation instead of automatic starts, his raw goals and assists could flatten or dip, even if his per 90 XG and XA stays strong. So he might genuinely play better football after New Year, but the hype around his output and new star of Arsenal numbers, that's what's most likely to cool off once the full squad is back and the minutes get harder to grab. Sliding into second place, it's Erling Haaland, the guy everyone assumes is breaking XG for fun. Here's the plot twist. His XG is around 12.99 and he's scored 14 goals. That's still elite, but it's only a small overperformance, not some crazy double your XG streak. The surprise is that Haaland's hot run is actually quite in line with the quality of chances he's getting. He lives on high XG shots, tap-ins, cutbacks, low crosses, so the model expects him to score a lot anyway. So why is he on a might fall off list? Because with Haaland, the real red flags are the body and the team around him, not the spreadsheet. He's already got a history of muscle problems, ankle knocks and little spells on the sideline at both Dortmund and City. With the calendar packed, Premier League, Champions League, Cups, possible deep runs on all fronts, you're one bad landing or tight calf away from him missing a few weeks or being managed more carefully. And this season, City haven't been their usual robot smooth machine. Weird dropped points, sloppy defending, games where the midfield doesn't control anything for 30 to 40 minutes. When City's rhythm dips, Haaland's service dips with it. He can't keep eating tap-ins if the team around him isn't pinning opponents in like before. So yeah, he'll still end up with a monstrous goal tally, but that 1 goal per game he scores every weekend energy, that's the part most likely to cool off after the new year. And finally, at number 1, we've got Kylian Mbappé, the walking headline and chaos engine at Real Madrid. On the surface, it's exactly what you'd expect. Mbappé is outperforming his XG, sitting several goals ahead of what the model says he should have, while still taking a ridiculous volume of shots every game. He's carrying the attack, deciding big matches on his own, and dragging Madrid through games where they barely look like a functional team for 60 minutes. But that's exactly why he's such a big regression risk after the new year. First, there's the ankle issue. He's already had to pull out of France duty with ankle inflammation, and you can literally see him managing it in games, grimacing after sprints, getting treatment, but staying on because Madrid need him. Over a full season of La Liga, Champions League and constant drama, that kind of knock usually either gets worse or forces the coach to cut his minutes. Then there's the club chaos. Madrid are wobbling through a so-called project with constant talk of a coach change, tactical confusion and reports of tension with Vinicius Jr. and other big personalities. When the system around you is unstable, your chance quality and game states get messier. fewer easy counters, more low block puzzles, more games where you're starved of service for 70 minutes and asked to save it at the end. So Mbappé will still be terrifying. He'll still score in big moments. But the combination of XG overperformance, a dodgy ankle, and a Real Madrid soap opera around him makes him the biggest candidate on this list to see his numbers cool off after the new year. So those are our 7 don't be shocked if they cool off candidates for the new year. If you're still here arguing with the XG in your head, hit like, subscribe to Goal 90 and tell us in the comments who you think we got wrong. And when you're done, watch the next video on your screen. We've got another one cooking that you do not want to miss.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal 90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.